Without question, the top headline from the Combine was Texas wide receiver Xavier Worthy clocking a record-setting 40-yard time. After posting a 4.25 on his first attempt, Worthy ran a blazing 4.21, edging on the previous record set by John Ross in 2017 of 4.22. The Combine often provides NFL draft prospects with an opportunity to separate themselves from the rest of the pack. And to that end, Xavier Worthy certainly did so within a wide receiver group that is absolutely historic. Worthy also shined in the jumps with a 41-inch vertical and 10-foot 11 broad. The 20-year-old wrapped up a phenomenal season with the Longhorns in 2023, recording 75 catches for over 1,000 yards to go along with 5 touchdowns. While there are some concerns regarding his frame after he measured in at just over 5'11" and 165 pounds, it's hard to ignore his record-setting 40-yard dash, and it's hard to think this guy is not a lock for the first round in 2024. And it's got to be Florida State's Braden Fiske. His quickness was on center stage in Indianapolis. Coming into the Combine, one of his biggest strengths was his burst out of the block and how quickly he gained ground both vertically and laterally. His explosion was incredible today, posting an unofficial time of 4.78 seconds in the 40-yard dash. There is a negative. He measured in with short arms, which was no surprise to place him in that first percentile, but it was simply elite testing after that. He put up the top broad jump and vertical jump among interior defensive linemen at the Combine, ranking in the 96th percentile and 91st percentile all time for interior defensive linemen. And then came the first 40, which put him in the 97th percentile on the unofficial time. His 10-yard split of 1.68 seconds was also in the 84th percentile. Braden Fiske brings a combination of quickness, hand technique, and awareness to the defensive line. He excels as a pass rusher and shows a lot of promise in run defense. His high motor and physical attributes makes him an intriguing prospect for the 2024 NFL Draft. Due to his excellent performance today, I have a firm day 2 grade on Braden Fiske. Absolutely no one can stop the meteoric rise of Quinyon Mitchell. Mitchell dominated the secondary at Toledo for 2 years, giving up a measly 54.8 passer rating to opposing quarterbacks throughout his career. Of the 62 times Mitchell was targeted last year, he allowed just 27 receptions for 290 yards. Playing in the MAC has not given Mitchell the best media exposure, so it was crucial for him to make a name for himself, and my goodness did he deliver. He was dominant during Senior Bowl week, and he showcased his elite athleticism at the Combine. Mitchell roasted a 4.33 second 40, the second best time of the defensive back group. He also had a 10-yard split of 1.51, and earlier in the workout, he registered a 38-inch vertical jump and a 10-foot broad jump. Mitchell, without question, elevated himself into the conversation to be the first cornerback drafted, perhaps as high as the top 10. The last month or so for Quinyon Mitchell has been that good. We got to talk about Trey Benson out of Florida State. It's time to talk about a running back who has an elite size and speed combination. Trey Benson ran a 4.39 40-yard dash, which is a crazy time considering he's 216 pounds. It's also a time that's nearly identical to Breece Hall's and Jonathan Taylor's 4.39 40-yard dash in previous years. Both of those guys went on to be second-round picks. He also had an unofficial 9.78 raw athletic score out of a possible 10. As a prospect, the first thing that jumps out in Trey Benson's film is his physicality and downhill running style. Because of this, combined with his NFL-ready frame, Benson is a monster out of the backfield who needs to be gang tackled to be brought down. Benson also has very little tread on the tires. He only has 310 carries over his last 2 years. Benson would be best in a rushing attack that allows him to be a one-cut runner. See it and rip it. Get downhill and pick up what's blocked for him. That should be his bread and butter in the NFL. Holy cow, what a night for NC State's Payton Wilson. Wilson blew off the doors at the Combine on Thursday night with his 4.44 40-yard dash. Payton Wilson is a guy who plays every snap like it might be his last. His burst and pursuit skills shine as some of his best traits when in open space. His movement skills combined with his long frame and wingspan are truly impressive. He's a plus mover in the open field, and he's got significant contributions and plus reps while in pass coverage along with his rally skills. When it comes to playing in coverage, he's instinctive and shows the skills to occupy throwing windows due to his plus wingspan and vision. He can also pressure as well. He's had success walking up to the edge and firing in a traditional rush, and his first step quickness has allowed him to convert those opportunities into pressures. Assuming the medical's clear, I'd be shocked to see Payton Wilson fall past round 2. It's not too late to jump on the Jaylen Wright hype train. Jaylen Wright's broad jump of 11 feet 2 inches was the best mark by a running back since Justin Fargas in 2003. He had a 38-inch vertical jump. He had an unofficial 9.75 raw athletic score out of a possible 10, and then he finished that off with a 4.44 40-yard dash on the first run, and then a 4.38 40 on the second. Per Next Gen Stats, his 15.18 mile per hour in the 40-yard dash was faster than Devin Achane and Jahmyr Gibbs from last year. As a prospect, if you want speed and running efficiency, Jaylen Wright is your guy. He ran for over 1,000 yards at an absurd 7.4 yards per carry last year. He's got lightning quick feet and vertical range that should make him a major home run threat at the next level. Add in the fact that Jaylen Wright is just 21 years old, has a lot of tread left on his tires with super high receiving upside, and is a stellar pass blocker with protection utility on day 1. There isn't much stopping this dude from being a great day 2 selection. Next up, Edgerrin Cooper. Texas A&M Aggies linebacker Edgerrin Cooper might not be a first-round pick in April's draft, but it's becoming clear he's the #1 prospect at the position. After a strong performance Thursday evening at Lucas Oil Stadium, there's no denying his status as a rising star. Cooper clocked in with the second fastest 40 time among linebackers at 4.52 seconds. He also broad jumped 9 foot 10 inches and posted a 34.5-inch vertical jump. A projected second-round talent, Cooper said 2 days ago that he models his game after San Francisco 49ers Pro Bowler Fred Warner. It's an interesting comparison considering the two have nearly identical measurements at 6'3" and 230 pounds. Cooper has elite versatility to defend the run, blitz, and cover. He displays the instincts to sniff out plays and utilizes plus speed to attack ball carriers. He can also track down quarterbacks whether they are in the pocket or escaping pressure. He racked up a team-high 7 sacks in 10 games last year, and we also saw him line up in the slot and look comfortable in man or zone coverage. I still think Cooper falls into round 2, but I think he's got first-round talent, and this guy has star written all over him. Coming into today, Byron Murphy had amazing tape of elite explosiveness off the line. He showcased solid agility and used it to get into gaps while at Texas. After the scouting combine today, Murphy now looks to be a first-round lock. Murphy ran an unofficial 4.88 in the 40-yard dash and showed off an impressive 33-inch vertical jump. Murphy's ceiling is as an impact pass rushing 3 technique, with his floor being a situational pass rusher who comes off the field on rundowns. I think he has the strength to be a 3-down player, but his anger will be tested often at the next level due to some size concerns. Regardless, Byron Murphy is a versatile chess piece that a defensive coordinator should be able to play all along the defensive line. Before today, I had a day 2 grade on him, but you might want to now pencil in Byron Murphy II as a top-notch first-round talent in the 2024 NFL Draft. Edan Mitchell posted a crazy good 4.35 40-yard dash on Saturday. Mitchell is one of only 2 wide receivers at the Combine since 2015 to run a 4.35 or less in the 40 and measure at least 6'2" tall at a weight of at least 205 pounds. The other guy was named DK Metcalf, and he had a pretty good NFL career. Mitchell also scored an unofficial 9.97 raw athletic score out of a possible 10. As a prospect, Edan Mitchell does 2 things really well. He separates and he catches the football at an elite level. Already at 21 years old, Mitchell is a near elite route runner with plus explosiveness, footwork, and twitch. He has a full route tree and the athleticism to threaten vertically and create extra space. Meanwhile, at the catch point, he has some of the surest, most coordinated hands in the class. He's got a long 6'4" frame, which also shows up shockingly well with his blocking. Edan Mitchell is the complete package and was the biggest star on Saturday. Next up, let's talk about Xavier Legette. Xavier Legette's 4.39 40-yard dash at 6'1" and 220 pounds was just ridiculous. His 40-inch vertical jump was second best among his peers. He also scored an unofficial 9.66 raw athletic score out of a possible 10. As a prospect, Legette's strong and physical frame makes him a bully in yards after the catch situations. He's got a massive frame, excellent hands, and looks effortless when adjusting to the football. That ability at his size and athleticism gives him some crazy upside in the NFL. In my opinion, Legette absolutely has the upside and foundation for a true #1 wide receiver at the next level. He's got an elite combination of height, weight, speed, and athleticism. If he goes to a system where he can get yards after the catch like what Kyle Shanahan runs, then watch out.